Hey everybody, this is Charlie Musselwhite, and you're listening to Athena After Dark. I ain't lying. Thank you, baby.
There's always something, but that was great intro from Charlie Musselwhite. Usually there's the video. Welcome to Athena After Dark, everybody. I hope you had a great week. We sure did. We have a great show, so let's kickstart this baby and get it rolling. All right, so birthdays. We had some fantastic birthdays this month. My handsome grandson turned 5, Baron, and my beautiful daughter Desiree yesterday was her birthday. And then we have also the wonderful Miss Gloria Struck. It is her birthday was on the 7th of July, 98 years old. If you get a chance, HD 120th is coming up this week, July 13th through 16th. You can find her in the lobby of the museum. She'll have her books there and she'll be doing her book signing. All right. And then after that, Sturgis. Let's talk about Sturgis. Okay. So I will be at the Flying Piston Benefit Breakfast, and that's going to be at the Buffalo Chip. And Don's doing good here with the flyers. All right. Um, Everybody's invited to come out. It's a great morning. You come out and support All Kids Bikes, helping with horsepower, Jesse Combs Foundation, that, and also that's on August 6th on Sunday. Biker Bells is on Tuesday, August 8th, and I will be there on the morning ride and also for the full day of the Biker Bells at the Buffalo Chip. It's not just for the ladies, guys can come out and support too. And buy your tickets, and I'll see you there. I'm super excited about that. All right, and also you can go to cyclesource.com and you can get all the information for all of the CycleSource shows. Papa B is having a show on Monday, the 7th at Full Throttle. That is Steve Broyle Stevenson's. That's going to be a great show. CycleSource has Vintage Days, a ride to the line. There's so much good stuff too, so you can find that there. And then September 7th through 10th, we're going to be at the Smokeout Rally. That's super exciting. Last year it was off the chain. I loved it. So again, on the screen, you can find all the information. The websites are there. Go ahead and check it out, and I will see you. Don't forget, if you see me, come and say hello. And then we'll do a little clip at the After Dark. 5 good things.
There you go.
All right.
On the show. How that's
yeah, we get you on the show. All right. And if you haven't already, check out athenaafterdark.com. We do have the website up and running. So there's a couple spots there. If you want to be on the show, you just let us know. All right. Okay. So our next segment. I'm so excited. Tonight's guest. We have one of the most iconic women in motorcycling, and she's one of my heroes. So I'm super excited about this. So we're going to do our Ask Athena. This one I had to put out there because Miss Clara has sent me this twice. It's brought to you by Techno Research, our sponsor. Great product. We love our Centurion, all the stuff that it does for us here in the shop. So Clara from Bonita Beach Springs asks Athena, this is her question. Athena, you're super rad, and I really enjoyed meeting you last year at Smokeout. This young lady, I'm pretty sure I remember her. She rode this really awesome chopper, and I think she had like 6,000 miles on it. She built it like 6 months. So it was a nice rigid jockey shift. I was impressed by that. So she asked me, she wanted to know if I'd ever considered being an ambassador or an influencer for some of the companies out there. She says, you're so real about it and passionate. Seems like you should. So, Miss Clara, I'm all about working with companies that I support and that support me. I use their products and things of that nature. Of course, I would love to be an ambassador, I guess what they say. The influencer thing, I don't know so much. I think myself and a lot of people out there, definitely, I see that comment. I see you, Michael. His bike needs work and detailed again. See, I get it. I can't get out of the shop because I'm in the shop. But there's women in the world, and actually men in the world too, who have been doing this a really, really long time before social media, before Facebook, things like that. I remember I did a bike build for the National Breast Cancer Foundation, and I had brought all the Boys and Girls Club kids in to check out the bike and do a little bit of, stuff around the shop because they were really into it. I used to have pizza parties with them and stuff. But I made it to the front page of the society section in the paper here in South Florida, and I was stoked. I was like, that is absolutely unbelievable. in 70s, 80s, 90s, late 80s, early 90s, bikers weren't so much trash anymore. The stereotype, you could get pulled over, the cops didn't pull you over like they used to pull us over and have an attitude because it could be judges, doctors, lawyers then. But before that, it wasn't like that. We were influenced by the things that we saw in magazines. That's why I'm so excited about tonight's guest, because she was in on the ground floor of making all of that visible to us, like, and inspiring us to know that we can do whatever we want, because she did whatever she wanted and she did it with grace and dignity, and she still does, and it's incredible, her journey. So I'll get on back to your question. um Not so much an influencer. I don't necessarily want to influence somebody towards a certain part, because there's so many things out there. There's a wide variety. It's all pretty much based on your taste and what you like. Um, Style is really cool, but it has to be safe and it has to function correctly. That's the most important part of motorcycling. That's why we take what we do very seriously, because you can leave a bolt out of a car and go for 10 years and never know it. You leave one bolt out of a motorcycle and you can hurt somebody. So, I'm cool with being an ambassador. I love to spread goodwill and talk about the companies that I love and I enjoy. So at some point, maybe I will get an opportunity to do that for, I don't know. Let's see, top of the list would be like Cycle Source Magazine, Harley Davidson, BikerNet. I mean, those are the top. That's like the top of the list there. So that ever happens, cool. Um, until then, I'll just influence you by saying, hey, be safe, have safe work done on your motorcycle. If you do it yourself, double check everything you do and keep on riding. Have fun with that. And I hope to see you, Miss Claire, at the smokeout. And I hope you're bringing your really rad chopper too, because it was very cool. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed meeting you. Um, okay, so everybody knows I get all excited about the guests. We're not having a lot of segments tonight because we have a fantastic guest. So we're gonna run a little commercial from our friends at West Palm Beach Harley, and we'll come right back and we'll go through some pictures, and then we'll bring in our fantastic guest, Miss Katmandu.
This is Carlos. Come on down to Palm Beach Harley Davidson. Come get your dream bike right here. We have them available. Any style you ride, they're here. Thank you.
Alrighty there. That was Carlos. That is actually a friend of Katmandu's. So I'm just like, I'm never at a loss for words. But like I said, she's one of my motorcycle heroes. She's always been a sounding board for me. So I love it. She's just gonna rock and roll tonight. All right, we're gonna go through some pictures first. Because I'm honored to have her. She's a woman. Like I said, she's one of my heroes, and she is what I would call an OG influencer. Okay, there she is. That's her first motorcycle. It was a 1970 Bonneville, and I think that picture was taken in like 72. That was taken by an art student um, of her on her street glide. I love these pictures. There she is with Buzz Canter. That's a fantastic photo.
Who's Buzz?
Buzz, American Iron Magazine.
Nice.
There's Indian Larry Motorcycles. God rest his soul. I miss him. There she is on her shovel. Okay, so that's funny because in some more photos, there's some things. Oh, look at her. There she is with Rogue, and I forget. I forgot who that guy's name. I know who he is. She probably doesn't remember either, but it's all good. It's all good in the hood. There she is with Rubber Soul. That is her FXR. She loves that motorcycle. Hey, there she is with Billy Lane. Hey, there she is with me. We're in the middle of summer. I'm wearing my Frosty the Snowman shirt. I've been known to do that. I love that. And somebody did a caricature of her years ago, and I just love that. And I've always had it, so I put that up there. Okay, so we have the hippie chick, Miss Katmandu. I'm getting all of them in here. She's probably behind the screen going, oh my God, look at how beautiful. She's still that beautiful. I think she was like 16 in that picture. And there she is, showing horses at like 13 years old. See, I did my homework and I made her send me all kinds of pictures. Oh, there she is, badass biker chick. Look at that. Uh-huh. She was posing. That was posing on somebody's bike in like 1989. I think his name was Tony. And that's Connecticut. That was a helmet run in Connecticut. I love that photo. Look at that Ford truck back there. Look at that. That was her sporty. That was, I think it was like a 62. Yep. There she is. I think she borrowed that bike and stole it and rode up the beach in Daytona. That's sporty. She's cool. Telling you. Okay, so this is Noreen. This is, as she puts it, a woman who absolutely showed her that it was possible for women to ride just as good as the men, if not better. So I love that shot. Look at her. That's on her second Bonneville. That was like a 72 Bonneville. Yep. And then that's her and Carol in Daytona. No, maybe Carol. No. Yes, Carol. Oh, there's Lou Falsigno from C&L Hog Shop. Rest in peace. Oh, Bandit, Bikernet, Keith Ball. He
That's
was
the one in
Easy Riders.
up north, and that's
Look
she
at
said
that.
20 years.
That's
earlier.
20 years earlier. Wow, I love that.
Yeah, man.
He's still hot. There she is, and she's a baby. I love it. She was so pretty then. She's so pretty now. That's her and her mom. Look at that, the family resemblance. There she goes, doing it to it. 70s and the 80s. All right, that's definitely
Easy
old
Riders
school
patch.
Easy Riders patch on her vest.
Nice.
I love it. That's her and Maggie. No, yeah, Maggie. That's we're gonna talk about. Maggie has a bed and breakfast, like an inn in Daytona, that we're gonna stay at Biketoberfest. But we're gonna feature Maggie's Inn
We're going back
with a couple of in a couple episodes. We're gonna do some shots because I think everybody should go out and support Maggie's Inn because I heard it's the best place in Daytona to stay. So cool. All right, and there she is, Big Daddy Rat, Carl. That's too funny. Hot rods. She's a hot rod chick. Definitely hot rods and motorcycles. And I love this woman. So we talk all the time. Now that's that shovel head. That's what she turned it into because she's a badass. That's her motorcycle. Okay. And there she's, that's Mindy, her, and Chris Callan from Cycle Source Magazine, our brother from another mother who we love. Yes. Look at that. She's hot. Look at that shovel head. She's gorgeous. She knows it too. She doesn't. We're reminding her today. There she's got always got a garage full. There's always someone at the house. Love it. I love these photos too. And she does ride the shit out of her motorcycles. Hi, Miss Ivy. Carlos. You're so awesome. There she is on the streets of Port St. Lucie at night, riding over the bridge. That's after the trouble. These were Buffalo Soldiers, and I believe it was Gunny, and I wrote it down. Gunny and, of course, I can't read my own writing. Gunny and Shaft. And Shaft, I believe, passed away. No, I don't want those. I'm in denial. No glasses. AMCA event. See, I'm not the only one that takes these little geeky photos. That's where I get it from. Hop on. Let's get a great shot. She's so cool. Look at her riding up the beach. Man, I love this woman. She's a badass. On tires and NASCAR racing, something like that. Her and her camera. Never without her camera. I love that too. That is fantastic. Now, that was an art class. I guess that's the bust they made of her motorcycle mama self. I'm pretty sure that's what it was.
Nice shades.
Look at that. I think that was like 1978. Something like that. No, 80. She'll tell me. Look at her on her camera, on her ladder there. She's out in the middle of the field. She's got the ladder and she's taking the group shot. She is an iconic photographer. There she is with Willie Nelson. Oh, I forgot who she said that was. Hold on. I got that in my notes too. See, I did my homework for this one because, again, not that I can read my own fucking writing. That is too funny. Okay, yeah, I didn't write that down because I probably figured I knew who Willie Nelson was. But the young lady with her, we'll ask her that. That's a good question.
There you go.
There she goes. Pictures. She's taking more pictures. I love it. Hot mama out on the streets, tearing it up. Okay, this was a ladies' event. Too cool. The thrift store benefited animal rescue, and so she decided to have a ladies' day out. I'm actually in that picture because I went to that. I've done that one a few times. I like that one. She's always been doing stuff, and there she is with friends, and that's Dave and Mindy and Here she is. I think I'm not sure who the other lady is. I forgot. That's so bad. Sorry about that. There she is, Maggie. A more recent picture. I love the pictures. She loves her dogs. She is an animal person. She's got little Wizzy Greyhound here in Florida house. Just loving on friends. Look at that. That's Doug. Doug Woltke. Okay. You got a bunch of them there. There's Warren. There, yeah. And oh,
Lou.
that is Lou, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
CNL Hog Shop.
CNL Hog Shop. Wow.
Too crazy.
Roadside Marty, Willie. I'm not sure who that one was. She sent me. See, I messed it up now because I got all these pictures. I'm like, check that out. I don't get to see them all. Very good. Dennis is like, come on, let's bring her in. We're showing all these pictures. You know, when you ask a photographer for photos,
Yeah.
their
they
favorite
don't got
ones,
a
this
ton.
is what you get.
A ton.
Yep. We have a whole nother gallery full. So we're going to show you the last one. Then we're going to bring her in. There she is with Rogue. Look at that. It's
Gotta
beautiful.
love it.
Okay, now
Back in the day.
she's an art teacher. I believe we're going to confirm she just retired as an art teacher, but that's her in school. That's what you do when you're not doing motorcycles. Look at her. There she
Right.
is.
You want to know about
She's
an influencer?
incredible.
There's an influencer.
Right. She's an OG influencer. She teaches them all. Start them young. She loves Halloween. I love that. Party. Look at that. That's crew out having fun. Okay. All right. So we're going to do it. We're going to bring her in. I'm super excited. Okay. My iconic Moto-Journalist. Okay. Here she comes. We can hear now we can see her. Hi, beautiful. How are you?
Hi, kids.
You're so good. Thank you so
Hi,
much for being
kids.
here. I appreciate it. I appreciate your time.
No worries.
Yeah.
No worries.
So
I took notes.
you took notes. I love you. So is it true? Is the rumor true? You've retired from being a school teacher?
Yes, all done.
All done.
All done. Yeah, done with that.
And then I asked you to be a guest. I know you were reluctant, but we talked about it. You had to take a little walk down memory lane and just remember.
Wow.
How was that? Was it good?
Wow. It's my whole life since I was like 17, 18 years old. I turned 18 at a clubhouse. I should not have been at that clubhouse. Okay. But it's always been motorcycles. It's always been Harleys and motorcycles. So I started taking pictures when I was 16 with a 110 camera, the little 110s.
Right.
And you just have to have your composition right, because if you don't, it was expensive. Prints were expensive.
Mm-hmm.
So I just, I boss people around with my camera, and they usually do what I want them to do.
I love you. And I mean, I followed everything like you, Rogue, Bandit. I mean, that's just in the wind and in Easy Riders and in Cycle Source and in, American Art. You've been printed in so many places, like just absolutely the horseback street choppers. Like the list goes on and on and on. And that's just, what's that, Ben? Thunder Press. I think you've done some Thunder Press too. She's done all that
Lots.
stuff. She's done
Lots.
all of that.
Yep.
But
Lots.
I've always followed you. Like, and I know you kind of like shush me away and tell me, oh, but I don't think that you really, really, really understand the influence that you've had in the motorcycle culture. So that's why I'm glad you decided to do the show, because you need to know exactly what you mean to all of us, especially the ones that grew up in a time where it wasn't fashionable to be a biker. You know what I mean? So, hi, Shane. I see you in Wisconsin. Dennis is out there. He's chomping at the bit. So many people are so excited that you're here tonight. So what have you been up to?
Well, I retired from teaching. I'm getting ready to sell my house here in the Pizzle, Port St. Lucie, and I'm moving to Daytona.
Mecca?
I'm buying a house in Daytona, and I want to get a job at the track.
I love you.
Maybe a part-time job at the track. Daytona offers us everything we could ever want. It's like Mecca. We've got an international airport. We've got the beaches. We've got the track. I don't know if Moroso is still down in West Palm Beach, but I think they tore it down and built a Walmart distribution center. So
They're doing something like that.
So we have the track, and it's just there's so much to do there. And Daytona is not what it used to be. I mean, I've been going there for like 30 years, and it's just not the same. I went up this past 4th of July, and it's just not the same Daytona. Beach Street doesn't look like Beach Street. I didn't get down Main Street, but you know, it's just I need a change. I'm 65 and single, and I need a change. And I'm very excited about it. I haven't moved in 25 years. So anybody that hasn't moved in that long understands the process of moving.
Yes.
So I stopped and said, you know what, let me do Athena's show. And I was, you know, I looked at your questions, and so I'm ready.
Oh, you're going to be in good company in Daytona because you got Willie, you got Coach Cheese. There's so many. I mean, there's a lot of good people up there. Miss Maggie, which we're going to do a feature on her bed and breakfast. I'm so excited to go there and stay there.
She would love that. She would love that because she's put her heart and soul into that business. It's a 1912 house. And last year, I guess Daytona got slammed with a hurricane.
Right.
And it devastated all her gardens and things like that. But she's resilient, you know, she's resilient. She used to ride a Heritage Softail. She's short, you know, so we'll try to get her back on a bike.
We don't call them short. We call them vertically challenged.
Okay.
That's how that is. Right.
Yeah, we're going to try to get her back on a motorcycle.
That's exciting. That's cool.
Yeah.
I want to help with that. She seems so sweet. I'm like super excited about that. Kathy Schmidt says, love you, Kat. Whatever you do will be awesome. Keep in touch. That is so cool. Very much so.
Kathy Schmidt was one of my first mentors in the education field because I worked Harley parts. I was such a crazy wild child until I finally sobered up at 30 or whatever. My mother will tell you I finally gelled. But I came into it, all I knew was Harley parts. And I did Harley parts, and I was really good at it. But I had no clue how to get a job other than Harley parts.
Right.
Because that's all I wanted to do was work for Harley. This is in 1985. So Kathy Schmidt was one of the first people to actually believe in me down here.
Very
Love
cool.
her.
That is so awesome. So you're going to be doing more moto-journalistic work?
Maybe. You know, I've got to get this house together. I've got too many photographs because we had print, and I went through my old scrapbooks, fell apart because they were on paper. And I have photographs since I started riding with the boys back in 77.
I love it.
Whatever.
There's got to be just a photo book. You should just do a Katmandu photo book of all your pictures. I
thought I would have the time to sort through them and go, oh, okay, I can, you know, put it, because there's a lot of people in there. I have no idea who they are anymore, but I know the special people that were in my life and things like that. And I'm very grateful that, you know, it was one of the guys that I first met that was a Moto-Journalist was Bob Touchette, and he lived in New Hampshire. And Bob Touchette did a lot with Biker Lifestyle.
Right.
This is before it was Biker Magazine. It was called Biker Lifestyle. And, you know, and when people got their picture in the magazine, they're like thrilled, you know, and he got me in there a couple of times, and, you know, but I was pretty much a wild child till I moved down to Florida for the second time and finally gelled, as my mom would say.
Gelled.
Gelled.
That's an old word that's going to come back, I'm sure. Most definitely. Sure. Yeah. So, well, that's cool. Maybe then we'll get a chance, maybe, you know, when you get back into the groove, once you're in Daytona and stuff, it's possible.
It's not like you're gonna have school to stop you.
Yeah, school's not going to stop you. And so Don pushes the buttons over here. He's my producer. He used to be craft services. He used to cook for me in Thing One, but everything has just gone a little crazy, you know, peaks and valleys. So he's now pushing the buttons, but every once in a while you'll hear, what do you call that? Interjection. Yeah, that's not actually, I was going to say noise from the peanut gallery, but okay.
Well, honey, you're dealing with motorcycle bikers, old school bikers, and we
love that, and we're dinosaurs too. The computer thing's been quite
put
challenging.
Up with a lot.
We've had fun with it. You can build motorcycles that go across the country 10 times without a problem, and then we have a hookup problem. Stop! You're such a. He's a fucker, just so you know.
And I can
Yeah, I
whisper.
said that. I did.
Okay.
Yeah. So, well, cool. I'm looking forward. I hope that you, at least I'm glad that you'll have more time now that we can go riding and stuff like that, because that's exciting. I know there's quite a few that would like to see you. I'm sure Barry and Gypsy can't wait for you to pop in. And you'll only be a couple hundred miles. I know you'll get on that motorcycle and you'll get going. So that's
Love
exciting.
them. Just
I know.
Love them.
They love you too.
Yeah. Yeah. I met Barry in 1989, and he was with Wendy, his first dog, and he was just a crazy
Oh,
man,
yeah.
and he was so much fun, and he was so funny, and he would stand up on his seat, and I can't find those pictures. Like I said, I've got boxes and boxes of prints. I got boxes and boxes of slides. We used to do slide work.
Yeah.
That's what publishers wanted. They wanted slide work.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, oh my god. Well,
if you need help sorting through any of that stuff, I will help you with that.
I'm just throwing it in a box right now. I'll figure when I'm like 90, I'll go through it and
No,
figure out.
before then, we have to do like a picture book. You got some. I know you have
That'd be
some
fun.
iconic pictures.
That would be fun.
That would be good.
That would be fun.
And
sure.
it'll give you traveling cash, so you can just they sell the copies of the book, sign them, and ride your motorcycle to the next place. Boxes of books are there. Listen, sister, you've done the work. Are you kidding me? You've put in the time and the years, so we have to make that happen for sure. How do you feel about some questions?
Go for it.
Okay, so we'll do the fun ones first, just for fun. Dogs or cats?
Dogs.
Dogs. And you have some greyhounds, right?
I have a Whippet, an Italian Greyhound, and a Chihuahua mix who just lets me know. She's a good alarm dog.
Right?
So,
They usually are. They have a loud voice.
oh my God.
I'm telling you. Apples or oranges?
Oranges.
Oranges. Any specific reason?
Oh my God. Sun-kissed. The California oranges are the best.
She lives in Florida. She loves
Sorry,
the California
Florida.
Florida. That they're squeezing. Orange juice is Florida, right? Yeah,
Right.
they're not eat it
Yeah.
oranges. Hotel or camping?
Oh, a hotel. At my age, a hotel. I need a hot shower.
You've done some good camping though.
I did a lot of camping when I was younger. Oh yeah, the Harley Rendezvous. Boy, we had so much fun.
A
Oh my
Harley
God.
Rendezvous. That is too
Well,
funny. I haven't heard anybody say that. Yeah, I haven't heard anybody say that in a long time.
Yeah, Kathy O'Leary, the one with Willie Nelson. Kathy and I were
That's who it was.
We were on a roll, and
Picture?
we had so much fun. And I have pictures of all them boys. And yeah,
There she
that's
is.
KO. Yeah,
That's
yeah.
too-
We tore it up. Harley Rendezvous, Am Jam. Yeah, we tore it up.
I love it. Okay, so my next question is slow, fast, or faster?
I kind of like it slow, and I can beat you off the line on my lowrider every time. Okay, but with the traffic the way it is and these lunatics in Florida, I just I just got to be careful. But I'll beat you off the line every time.
Okay. Like to cruise slow up the beach. We have a lot of nice beach and over the bridge.
I'm not no, not anymore.
Yeah, when you go fast, you seem to miss it. Like it goes by in a blip.
That's one of the things about being on a motorcycle. You get to smell the cut grass and the seashore and these smells that you get that you otherwise would miss in a car.
Right. I totally get that. Orange blossoms when they bloom on the tree.
Oh, yeah.
That's the coolest smell. All right. So sunshine or moonshine?
Sunshine.
Sunshine, of course.
I don't do moonshine. No.
So what is your favorite song?
Here Comes the Sun by George Harrison with my boys.
Nice.
Yeah.
I like that one.
That's George.
Awesome song.
Yeah. I know all the words to all their songs. So, you can ask people Beatles or Stones, and they'll have a debate about that. But if it wasn't for my boys, the Beatles, the Stones didn't have their first hit. So, I'm a Beatle freak. So
I love it. You ever see him in concert?
No, I'm not that old.
I'm kidding. I was kidding. You're supposed to say, what was that movie?
No, I'm not that old.
Sergeant Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club.
So
remember when that movie
I'm not
came
that
out?
old. Holy crap. No,
that came out in like the 80s. They had that movie, Sergeant Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club.
Well, that would have been the Bee Gees did that.
Oh,
the Bee Gees did a little.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
see, I know. Beatles,
Yeah.
Bee Gees. That's all a bunch of shit to me. Give me some
Yes.
good old fashioned country Southern rock, and I'm good.
Well,
Frank
and that's
Sinatra.
oh
I
God.
love it.
I don't know what's going on with my computer, girlfriend, but
I can still
it's
see
telling
you
me,
and hear
it's telling
you.
me it's getting ready to close on me. So if I
Oh,
crap out on
no.
you, I'm so sorry.
Okay. You got power?
I do, but
Okay.
I don't know why it's telling me my battery's low. Let me check my cord. Another question. Go. Come on.
Okay. What is your favorite road food?
Burgers. Burgers and
Burgers?
fries. Yeah.
Okay. And
Hold
if you
on.
were she's like, hold on, let me check the cord. You have a nice pad there. I like your place.
Thanks, baby. I'd be a screwdriver.
A screwdriver?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Orange juice, vodka. That's it. You know,
Okay.
kind of
All
boring,
right.
but
So then we're gonna get into some more serious questions. How long have you
cannot
been
wait.
riding?
40 plus years.
40 plus years. How did you get
40
into
plus.
motorcycles?
Those men with the long hair and the nice butt and those beautiful iron horses that didn't require shoveling shit, and you could go to bar with them, and I fell in love with the boys, the men on their motorcycles. Just
I
fell in
love
love
it.
with them.
That is too cool. So, how did you get into motorcycles? And I mean motojournalism. Both. How did you get into
Oh,
motorcycles?
well, I was into motorcycles when I was young, at 17, 18.
Oh, we lost her. Oh boy. I wonder
She's
how
gonna
that's
be
gonna
mad
go.
about
She's
it.
gonna be
I heard
so
that noise.
pissed. She went and got a power cord from somewhere today because her computer was crapping out. So we should send her a text. Let's do that. We'll do it on camera too, right? We'll just send her. We'll say, Siri, text Katmandu. This is good. So sign in on your phone. I have to
Nice.
text her the link.
If she doesn't have it,
I love it. See, and that's how it goes, right? There's always some shit. So no matter what you do, there's something that goes on in the world. So we left off at how she got into motorcycles. We will continue that. We're going to just, that was my afterthought tonight. It's so crazy the way shit goes on. So we moved the shop. It was like a 3-month horror story. It's always some shit. So peaks and valleys, peaks and valleys. I always tell Don, peaks and valleys, we're in a valley, we're up on a peak. In a valley, up on a peak. I'm just looking for that plateau. You know, that straight across, just go with the flow, ride your motorcycle, do the shit that goes on. And not some crazy wackadoo stuff like starter issues and crazy 50 mechanics have been in it before and everybody's fudged it all up. And, you know, but again, you can hear me say it 1,000 times, peaks and valleys. The peaks are great and really difficult to see from the valley when you're down there. Where and when is the plateau is what I want to know. That's always my question. We run the gamut. So for me, I'm like, why am I in a valley? Then I get to a peak and I'm like, peaks are good. And I look down, I'm like, that was a really, really far fucking way to go all the way up to that peak, but we made it. And then you get to be on the peak. And every once in a while, you'll get down and you'll get into a gully or a valley and it's hard to see the peaks again. But just the plateau. Everybody knows what I'm talking about, a plateau. How that is my afterthought. So, and you know, I tell myself 5 good things when I'm in the valley. I'm like, shit, okay, well, 5 things to be grateful for. Times are tough, you do your thing. Then when I get up there, that's right, Miss Boots, I love that. You can't appreciate the peaks if you don't experience the valleys. That's exactly it. So when I'm on the peak, I remind myself my good things that got me there. Somewhere there's plateaus. Every once in a while we get them. It's like riding in the rain. It helps you appreciate the dry that much more. That is so much fun. Yes. Okay, so Miss Katmandu, she's going to be mad about it. She's going to be so pissed off. This is like the most crazy shit in the world. We're learning how to be computer people. The Miss Claire who asked me about being an ambassador or a influencer. This is the kind of stuff that people, when you get, we didn't grow up with a cell phone. We didn't grow up with a computer. For us, social media was absolutely no bullshit. The newspaper, like I said, and then people would go ahead and sign in
Easy Riders.
Easy. Oh my God, that was social media. But that's what you talked about when you went to the coffee place or the donut place. There wasn't really a coffee shop. Miss Boots and Miss Ivy are going have to agree. Peaks and valleys. You gotta get there to appreciate it. Though, I'll tell you what, a lot of hard work goes into getting up to that peak, and boy, is it worth it. And even if you end up in a valley again, you know what? You just keep going. But I know there's a plateau somewhere. I see a lot of people enjoy them, so I'll get there. I think it's just like Miss Katmandu. I grew up in a different era, and learning to get to these things. I just talked to my son the other day. He's 30. He'll be 33 this year. God, am I getting older? I don't feel it. I feel like I'm 18, even though I probably look my age. We were talking about it, and someone is a social influencer that he knew or whatever. And he asked them, like, what do you do if, all that shit just got turned off, the internet, the whatever. And he's like, well, I'd figure something out. He didn't have a direction. No, they count on that. And
Skill.
we have to have some skill, our generation, because that's what we were taught. It's like, you didn't have a college education, you were less. But really, nowadays, a college education doesn't get you where you need to go. It's the practical application of the job or the skill at hand. So it's pretty crazy. I'm bummed out for her that her computer died. And so what I'm going to say is what I always say when we have a glitch, because we had a glitch with Cool Man a few weeks ago. Something happened. It was the link or some nonsense like that. But as soon as we signed off, he came right back in. So what did we do? We went right back to it. We put it live out there. just call me back and I'll put you next to the speaker and you can answer my question.
We'll put a picture of her with Athena.
See what-
Reload, whatever. Go.
Reload. She's
So,
refreshing.
I'm be live, connect camera.
Oh,
There you
she's
go.
on.
You're back. Yeah, I'm hanging up.
Hey.
See, I love this. Hold on. Don's going to bring you in. He has your picture up.
I don't know.
It's all good. It's okay. It's all good. That's the best part. It's fun.
Oh my
You
gosh.
get to learn shit.
Oh my God.
It's like
All right.
being on the
Where were
boat.
we? What are we talking about?
Okay. So we were talking about how you got into motorcycles. And
Well,
you told me that.
when I got that first Bonneville, well, I got to back up because I lived in South Florida and for about a couple years, and I met some great people, and I met this amazing guy who took the time to help me as a mechanically challenged woman. You know, my best tool was a hairbrush at the time, and he took me out, and 95 was only 3 lanes. 95 is like
Right.
10 lanes now or something. But he took me
Yes,
out to a
ma'am.
parking lot and he put me on this Triumph, and I'll never forget it because, you know, it's going is good, but learning to stop is better. And he told me at that point, I mean, this boy was, they called him micro.
She froze.
Oh, shit.
Now
Hold
she's frozen. I love her. Let's see how that works.
on. Well, we lost her again.
There's always a challenge. We lost her again.
I heard the ding. I was like,
You heard the
"What's that
ding?
ding noise."
Ding, ding,
noise
ding,
is
ding,
like-
ding, ding, ding.
That's
You win the prize. I like that shot, though.
Oh, that's not.
It's not a great shot, but it reminds me of when she tells me that I shouldn't do this or maybe I should do that because I love advice from
you
her.
know.
She's so good to me. Like, put a picture of her up there. Okay, we're just gonna. She's calling again. Okay, are you there? Are you there?
Well, I guess we're gonna talk like this from now on, right?
Okay, so yeah.
Okay.
Okay,
So,
wait. Let me
you
get you
told me-
next to the. Let me
What?
get you next to the speaker here. Actually, I'm gonna bring the speaker over.
Well, I tried to get back on, but I don't know. I mean, I went and got a new power cord and blah blah blah. But
Okay.
I'm so sorry, honey.
No,
But you
you're
got my
fine.
Pictures.
You're okay. I
Okay.
got your pictures. We're gonna put one of your
Okay.
gorgeous pictures up there. And
Okay.
all right.
I
So,
wanted to show off my 5-ball trophy.
oh man,
That's okay.
that's okay. We'll have to do it again.
That's okay.
That's okay. We're
That's fine,
improvising. So cool man says, thank God he's not the only person with technical difficulties.
Oh, amen, bro.
I wonder-
Absolutely, 'cause Jesus.
I hope he can hear you. Cool man, let me know if you can hear her talking. Because now I'm
I'm
paying
so-
attention.
My laptop is ancient. My world is just. It's just.
And we're gonna
I am not
update
a
you.
techie.
We'll get you
I am
updated.
So not a techie.
Don't you worry. We'll get you updated.
I know.
Okay, so
But I know my Harley parts up until the year 2000.
right. You're too funny. Okay,
After that, it gets kind of wobbly, but.
so you started out in South Florida. He put you on a
I did,
Bonneville.
and I got this little Triumph. I spent the last of my grandfather's inheritance money, $300 for that little bike. I was so happy, and he taught me to ride, and
That's probably
he
it.
you know.
Mhm.
But I was looking forward to hanging out and partying, and that wasn't really his thing. He had a panhead. He had a 55 panhead. He had a 36 knucklehead, which he actually let me ride one time. That's a busy motorcycle, but and I just was, like I said, I was trying to, you know, I never did the stripper thing. I never got to do the, you
You
know,
don't like
I
strippers?
wasn't a bartender until I went back to New England. But
Right.
anyway, and that's where Katmandu came in. So, you know, but there was a bar called 2100 down in I want to say Hollywood.
Okay.
And
Yes.
and I walked in, and this is where Noreen Hudson comes in, because everybody was loading up on their bikes, getting ready to go somewhere else. And I said to this guy, I said, will you take me for a ride? He says, you want to ride so bad, go buy your own.
No shit.
So I was like, no shit. So then Noreen came along and said, I'll take you. And over the bridge and Fort Lauderdale we went, and she rode just as good as any guy. It was amazing. And I was like, well, she can do it, I can do it. And I have no idea where Noreen is today, but
Hold on. Hang on one second. I need a power cord for my phone, babe.
oh my God. Oh, good. Very nice, kids.
I love it. Yeah, we weren't planning on doing it by the phone. Okay, so how did you get into moto journalism?
Well, I looked at we've been reading Easy Rider magazine since I was 16, 17 years old. Everybody had their walls covered with Dave Mann, and we were just, we were just enthralled. And I was looking at pictures, and I went in the Win magazine, and I don't even know if it was in the Win. It was just in the Win section. And I said, my pictures are good enough. So I submitted them to Kim Peterson, and he started publishing me in '98, which I was like thrilled. Okay. I have all my pictures that have ever been published, all my stories, all my tear sheets. And then in '99, I went through a divorce, and but I reached out to Bandit. Keith Ball had just started BikerNet,
Right.
and that was ahead of the curve. What Keith Ball did was way ahead of the curve,
Mhm.
and he was, he was. But we got to know each other as and he helped me through that divorce as a guy,
Right.
and then he was sending me literature to read about being a writer, because if you take photographs, it's one thing, but if you can write,
Right.
then the editors like that. They like that a lot, because that way it's less work for them to do or whatever. So Dean Schaller started publishing my stuff in Biker magazine, and I taught myself to be a better writer.
Okay.
So that's how I got into it with and then it was just like, and everybody it's so funny when people would get their picture in a magazine, they were like celebrities or something,
Right.
It was pretty funny.
Yeah.
It was great.
Yeah, there were so many of us and so few magazines to put pictures in.
Well, and then I realized that as a freelancer, I could branch out to other magazines, and Outlaw Biker was another magazine.
Casey Exton,
and
yeah.
down here, Contos was very helpful.
Crossroads.
He really helped me get my start with the Crossroads magazine.
Yep.
And X Roads, and I just learned to read and write, and the whole time I was still going to college.
Nice.
So I was going to college. So that's what's going on there. I had to go to college.
Debbie Amcher's watching. She put up hearts. We love Debbie.
Nice.
So nice.
Nice. Thanks, Debbie. I'm sorry you can see my pictures, but oh well, shit happens.
That's right, and you got to just go with it. And here we are.
I'm sorry, honey. I'm so sorry that.
Don't be sorry. You're here. You're here.
But
Listen,
I'm here.
I love you. So
Yeah, that's how I get into that.
we do it. How about teaching? How'd you get into teaching?
Well, I started college a long time ago, and I loved my art classes. When I was in middle school, I got the art bug. My mother's an amazing artist, but she had to support 3 kids
Right.
before it was the thing to do.
Right.
Okay, it was she supported 3 kids on her own, and that's why she's my childhood hero, because we were latchkey kids. I don't know if you know what that means, but
Yes.
latchkey kids. And I got into trouble. I was the black sheep, and I was little sister, and nobody wanted to hang out with me. So, God, we smoked so much pot. Oh my God. We smoked so much weed that we had to hide, Athena. We had to hide.
Right.
Okay. These people don't have to hide
Right.
today.
Oh, I know. I know.
But yeah, I just I was into partying and hanging out, and just disco. I survived disco. Okay? So you don't know what disco. When disco showed up, it was like what? And then I moved to Florida. I moved Central Florida, and then I moved down to Hollywood area, and I listened to nothing but Southern rock.
Right.
I mean, it was David Allan Coe,
Mhm.
Leonard Skinner, Allman Brothers, everything like that. It was all Southern rock. Disco sucked, and it went away.
Right.
Thank God. So, but I don't. I like some of the songs, but we lived through it.
Right.
Because we used to say disco sucks.
Right. Yeah. Disco sucks. That's about what it was.
It was all David Allan Coe. I know, how many times did Grandma get run over by a reindeer, So,
Oh yeah. Yeah, there were some good ones too.
yeah.
I remember being at some fancy party